Alright, welcome back to my Call of Duty gaming channel. Hopefully you guys all had a good Thanksgiving and you guys are all full off of turkey. And I'm sure you got plenty of leftovers, so you're probably going to be full off of turkey for the next coming month, right? I know we have quite a few leftovers, and I'm probably going to be stuck eating turkey till Christmas. But anyways, I am Nessinator. Welcome to my Call of Duty gaming channel. Now, the gameplay that you guys are watching in the background is me using the VMP on the map Stronghold. And to me, the VMP is the MVP of the SMGs. Ooh, that was good. No, but I really do enjoy using this SMG. It is my favorite so far here in Black Ops 3. I want to know down in the comment section below which ones you guys are kind of gravitating towards. Again, this one right here is just, I was getting outgunned with this gun so much. There'd be times when I was using the M8 or my Shiva or the Gorgon, and then you'll have these players running around with this little sucker right here, and they get in your face, and they kept out shooting me, and I'm like, what are they using? And I realized they're using the VMP, so I made myself a VMP class to push back against those type of players. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys are on the battlefield and your gun is just not working, you got to switch it up with a different gun, especially one with a higher fire rate. If people keep out shooting you, use something with a higher fire rate. If people are out shooting you with the VMP, you might want to go to the Vesper, you know what I mean? It's this game's version of the Scorpion from Black Ops 2. It's also one of my favorite SMGs. However, it does go through clips pretty quickly, so I would definitely recommend running Scavenger with the Vesper. But I usually don't use it that often. The ones that I do use is this one here. I use the Kuda, and I like the Pharaoh as well. The Pharaoh is just, I don't know, it's one of those guns that just really does well in any situation. And of course the Kuda is just the same thing. I just really enjoy it. Now, I was a big fan of the Razorback during the Black Ops 3 beta days, but it caught a pretty significant nerf. And to me, it just doesn't feel the same. It feels more like an assault rifle. You really can't rush around with the gun too much anymore, because in close quarters combat, you're probably going to lose to the VMP or the Vesper or probably even the Weevil if you have a Razorback. So it's just one of those guns, you still have to treat it like an assault rifle. And it's just, it's not my favorite anymore. The Weevil, speaking of that little sucker right there, you know, that gun to me is probably the most inconsistent out of all of the SMGs. It just feels like sometimes it does really well, and sometimes you're getting a bunch of hit markers. And again, it's one of those SMGs that it just feels like it gets outshot by the other SMGs at times. So it's probably also on my least favorite list right there. You know, that Weevil, I don't think I really used it even that much. So I don't know. Again, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. The Pharaoh, again, let me go back to that one, is the burst fire I don't want to say semi-autos, burst fire SMG that just really does well in all situations. Again, it does well long range, does pretty well at close range. You know, the hip fire is not too bad. It is not the greatest, but it's definitely worth trying out if you haven't tried it out yet. But again, the MVP of all of them is this VMP right here. This gun is just, I don't know what about it. It just feels like the MSMC of Black Ops 2. You know, it's all-purpose SMG. It feels like an SMG. It has a perfect amount of fire rate. The range could be a little bit better, but if you throw on long barrel, that does help. Again, that's another thing I wanted to ask you guys about, is what kind of attachments are you guys using on your SMGs out there? You know, some people like using laser sight and fast mags. Some people even throw stock on their SMGs. Me personally, I don't think the SMGs need a stock. Again, there are times that it's good to have maybe one class loadout with an SMG with the stock, because when you have that, you are very fast, you're very quick, you can strafe a lot easier. You know, when you're playing those players and it just seems like they strafe everything that you're doing, it's probably because they have stock on an SMG and they have a really fast, speedy class. And those are really effective in playlists like Kill Confirmed here, to be very fast, very quick, very agile. So, you know, there's a little tip and trick for you. What I like to use on my SMGs, though, as far as attachments are concerned, I usually don't use any reticules. Reticules, I like iron sights for most of these, even the Kuda. I just feel comfortable with them, and plus, too, I don't like using a pick 10 spot on a reticule. So I usually go with long barrel, quick draw, and grip. Those are usually the three attachments that I put on my SMGs. Every now and then I'll switch out the long barrel for stock, again, if you want to have a really fast class. But with this gun right here, I definitely think long barrel, quick draw, and grip are necessary. Now, I know grip doesn't seem to make that big of a difference as it used to in previous CODs, but it still feels, it's kind of just one of those things where I feel it's going to give me better accuracy. You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't do that much, I feel better with it on there. So I usually run grip on all my SMGs, except for I think the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh's the one I put quick draw stock and long barrel. So that's what I use on my Pharaoh, just so you guys know. And what I usually use here, like I said, on the CUDA is the same thing that I use on the VMP. The CUDA I use also as well. Oh no, actually, you know what you can do with the CUDA besides long barrel? I do run that one with a silencer. That's probably the only SMG, along with the Pharaoh. I can't forget about that. The only two SMGs that I think are good with silencers is the CUDA and the Pharaoh. Now, if you were going to run a silent class, I probably wouldn't go with this VMP right here. I would probably stick with those two guns because they seem to get the least penalty for using a silencer, because you guys know silencers are pretty much very, very useless in this game. I don't want to say useless, but they make your gun just feel like a hit marker machine, so I usually don't use them. But if I had to go with an SMG to use a silencer on, it would either be the CUDA or the Pharaoh. So those are my personal opinions right there. But usually, again, with the CUDA, I'll run long barrel if I'm not running silencer. And I wouldn't run those two things together. I don't think that's a good idea to run long barrel and silencer together. I think this is one of the first Call of Duties you could do that, because I remember before, if you ran long barrel, you couldn't run silencer. So everybody was like, you can run a long barrel and silencer together? Yeah, you can, but again, I wouldn't do that. It just doesn't seem like it gives you that much of a difference. And if you're already running a silencer, then that means you're already going to get in close quarters combat, so why are you putting long barrel? When you use a silencer, you definitely want to be pushing the issue, you want to be rushing, you want to be quiet, definitely got to throw on dead silence or something like that, keep yourself off the mini-map, and try to get as close to your opponents as possible. And that's the best way to use a silencer, not just taking it and standing back and trying to head glitch, because you will get hit markers if you're not using it right. But anyways, there's a few tips and tricks from me. I'm going to have another video for you guys probably tomorrow. I'm going to let this one soak through a few views, and then I'll definitely give you guys another video tomorrow. I got a lot more material coming and a lot more gameplays I want to get out, so get ready for probably a video every day, daily, in the next coming days here. Thanks for all your views, subscribes, and likes. This is Nessinator. I appreciate it all, and I'm out.
Objectives complete.